Okay, welcome back to 10th class biology children. In the last class I explained about the introduction of nutrition. So nutrition, it is the process of acquiring the nutrients or collecting the nutrients we discussed. The nutrition is classified into two types. One is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So two different types of nutritions. And whereas here also we are going to see about the last topic, the previous topic where we stopped about the example of autotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition example, autotrophic nutrition definition I had explained in the last class. That is what living organisms which can prepare the food by themselves by tapping the solar energy with some other inorganic compounds like sunlight, water, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, etc. Okay, then here we are going to see the autotrophic nutrition example is photosynthesis. So autotrophic nutrition example photosynthesis. So photosynthesis can be taken place in the green plants, whereas blue green algae, euglena, okay, these are the photosynthetic, some photosynthetic bacteria, some purple sulfur bacteria, photosynthetic bacteria. So these are the different types of creatures who can participate or who can synthesize the food material by themselves with the help of sunlight energy, so that the sunlight energy can be converted into chemical energy in this process. Okay, let us see about photosynthesis. See here, photosynthesis we have discussed so far in the 7th class science. What is photosynthesis? Generally in photosynthesis what happens? Plants, okay, see here, plants take sunlight energy from the sun, whereas water, so water is taken by the soil. So from the sunlight energy, whereas from the atmosphere carbon dioxide is taken. See, these are the raw materials we can see. Sunlight, here we can get sunlight from the source of sun. So sun is the major source of energy for all the living organisms. So sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and here we can see leaves. In leaves there is water, chlorophyll. So these are the most important components that we can observe in the photosynthesis. It is the raw material, sunlight, chlorophyll is the raw material, carbon dioxide is the raw material, water is raw material. So these are the four essential raw materials which are needed for the photosynthesis. So by utilizing these, here plants could prepare the food material by themselves. Okay, in the presence of sunlight, here in the presence of sunlight, the green leaves can prepare the food by themselves. That's why here leaf is the food factory of the plant. Generally photosynthesis process takes place in the leaf, so that leaf is called as food factory. A leaf we can consider as a food factory. So sunlight, chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide, all are associated and preparing the food. So here we can write the definition. What is photosynthesis? So photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction. See here, photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction, which means photo means here light. Okay, what is photo? Photo means here light. And chemical reaction, the chemical reaction is going on in the presence of sunlight. What chemical reaction? See, carbon dioxide, it is a chemical, whereas water, H2O, carbon dioxide, CO2, chlorophyll, that consists of magnesium ion. So like this all the chemicals are associated in the presence of sunlight in the leaf and preparing the food. So it is a one of the biological process. It is a biotic phase, biosynthetic phase. That means the preparation of our synthesis of food materials takes place in this process by associating these components or reagents. So that photochemical reaction, photosynthesis is a See, photochemical reaction. Photo means light. In the presence of light in leaves, the chemical reaction is going on for the preparing the food materials. So that we can write the definition. Photochemical reaction, okay, which can build complex organic molecules. See, what are the complex organic molecules here? The complex organic molecules are carbohydrates, or either proteins or fats. Anyone it may. Here, photochemical reaction. Photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction. In this process, complex organic molecules are made up of, or which can build up complex organic molecules, either carbohydrates, proteins, fats. So these carbohydrates, protein, fats, these three are macronutrients. We call them as macronutrients. So when we call macronutrients, then we can also see micronutrients. We can divide the nutrients into two types: macronutrients, micronutrients. What about the micronutrients? See, carbohydrates, protein, fats, macronutrients. Macronutrients means which are required in the larger quantities, required for our body in more quantities. If we required in more quantity, so these are called macronutrients. So nutrients are two types. One is I have written here. Then another one. Whereas vitamins and minerals. These vitamins and minerals are, we can call them as micronutrients. See, even vitamins and minerals, these are micronutrients. Micronutrients means which are required in small quantities. Like vitamins, we will take separately. We do not take vitamins. They are included in our diet. Some of the bacteria can synthesize in our body, like Escherichia coli or E. coli bacteria present in our intestine, which can synthesize the vitamin B12. So like that, some micronutrients either included in our diet, or some bacteria can synthesize in our body, so that which are required in less quantity. Micronutrients are nothing but they are required in less quantity. Here macronutrients are more quantity, like carbohydrates, rice we take more, whereas proteins, milk, meat, eggs we take more, whereas fats. So like this, macronutrients and micronutrients. So here in photosynthesis process, what happened, which can build up the complex organic molecules. The complex organic molecules are nothing but either carbohydrates, protein, fats or vitamins. Then from, see, the definition is, we are continuing the definition, from simple inorganic molecules. See, from simple inorganic molecules. So what are the simple inorganic molecules? The simple inorganic molecules are, see, carbon dioxide is a simple inorganic molecule, whereas sunlight is a simple inorganic molecule, whereas water is a simple inorganic molecule. Next, the chlorophyll is a simple inorganic molecules. So by associating with these, carbon dioxide, sunlight, water and chlorophylls, these are the simple inorganic molecules. By associating these simple inorganic molecules, the complex organic molecules are made up of, such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, etc. This is nothing but called as photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction which can build complex organic molecules from the simple inorganic molecules. So this is what definition. So according to the C.B. Van Neel, see, according to the C.B. Van Neel, what he said, according to the C.B. Van Neel, for the formation of each carbohydrate, here we need one carbon dioxide and two water molecules. For the formation of each simple carbohydrate, see here, for the formation of each simple carbohydrate, suppose example C, CH2O, here we have written, this is a simple carbohydrate. For the formation of each carbohydrate, here we need one carbon dioxide plus two water molecules. For according to the C.B. Van Neel, for the formation of a simple carbohydrate, here we need carbon dioxide, 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. When 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water is participated in the photosynthesis, see here, H nu means sunlight, whereas chlorophyll, So by associating with this all, carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll, okay, here we can get a intermediate. This is an intermediate, CH2O. This is an intermediate. This is not the complete carbohydrate. This is an intermediate. So that we can understand, before the formation of carbohydrates, here we can get some intermediates. These intermediates can be associated and organized to form as carbohydrate or starch. So here CH2O. So when carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll associated, first in the process of photosynthesis, there are some intermediates are formed like CH2O, or we can also call them, it is as formaldehyde. It is just like what is CH2O formula, you can see formaldehyde. In 10th class chemical equation books, physics book, you can also see, refer. See, CH2O, it is a formaldehyde. This is not the complete carbohydrate. It is an intermediate which is formed before the formation of starch. So that is, along with this intermediate CH2O, one water molecule and one oxygen molecule is produced. One water molecule and one oxygen molecule is produced. So this is the simple equation which has given by the C.B. Van Niel. What he said, according to the C.B. Van Niel, for the formation of each simple carbohydrate, or for the formation of a carbohydrate, here we need one carbon dioxide and two water molecules. By associating with this all, sunlight, chlorophyll, water and carbon dioxide, here we got CH2O. It is a intermediate. It is an intermediate which is formed before the formation of starch in plants. So it is also may be called as formaldehyde. Then when this product is produced from the photosynthesis process, besides this, here also we can get one water molecule and one oxygen molecule. If the arrow mark is showing upwards, that shows about the oxygen gas is escaped into the atmosphere. This arrow mark showing upwards, that escapes, this shows the gas is escaping into the atmosphere. So based on this equation, we can write, here we can write the complex equation. This is not the balanced equation. Then based on this, we can write a complete carbohydrate. How a complete carbohydrate is formed. So like this, if we take one carbon dioxide and two water molecules, if you have taken here, CH2O is formed. But here in for the formation of a complete carbohydrate, how many water molecules and how many carbon dioxide molecules are required? Like that, if you see here, suppose example, see 6CO2 plus, here instead of 2, if we take 12H2O, okay, then sunlight and chlorophyll, okay, and next water, here when we take 6CO2, 6 moles of carbon dioxide, 12 moles of water molecule, sunlight and chlorophyll, here we can get C6H12O6 plus, when we take one carbon dioxide, two water molecules, here just we got CH2O, but besides the CH2O we got one water molecule and one oxygen molecules. But when we take 6 carbon dioxide, then 12 water molecules, here, okay, one carbon dioxide if it is produces CH2O, when 2 water molecules if it is produces one water molecule and one oxygen molecule, here 12 water molecules we have taken. So 12 water molecules means here 2 water molecule ki one water molecule has come here and one oxygen is produced. When we take 12 water molecule here, 6 water molecules are produced as a byproduct, and besides these 6 oxygen molecules also produced. See here, just you can, this carbon dioxide is reduced as carbohydrate, okay, carbon dioxide is reduced as carbohydrate. When carbon is added with the hydrogens, it is converted as an intermediate CH2O. So like that, here also same thing, the carbon dioxide can convert into carbohydrate, but here when water molecule is splitted, the splitting water molecule can produce 6 out of the 12 water molecules, 6 water molecules has come here, and from this splitting of water molecule we can also get the oxygen, then oxygen is escaped into the atmosphere. So like this, the complete equation we can write, water, 6CO2, 12H2O, sunlight, chlorophyll, then this is the complex carbohydrate. Actually this is the formula of glucose, but many glucose molecules are organized to form starch or carbohydrate. A carbohydrate is generally a polysaccharide. Polysaccharide means the addition of many monosaccharides together form as a polysaccharide. So here C6H12O6, it is belongs to the formula of glucose, but here we can study as carbohydrate. So like that, either it is carbohydrate or starch is formed. Besides the starch, here water and oxygen molecule is also produced. So this is the complete equation which has given by the C.B. Van. Based on this simple equation, here we can write the complex equation, full equation. So this is very important. Many times he asked the question, what is photosynthesis? Define the photosynthesis with an equation. He will ask. Define the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction which can build up complex organic molecules from simple inorganic molecules. The complex organic molecules are nothing but carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins. So here carbohydrate, protein, fats, these three are macronutrients, whereas vitamins, minerals, micronutrients. From simple inorganic molecules. Simple inorganic molecules means carbon dioxide, sunlight, water, chlorophyll. By using these raw materials, this is produced. Okay, so finally here in photosynthesis, what happens? Photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction, or it is a synthetic phase. In this process, the food materials have been made. Okay, so it is called, that's why the green plants are called universal food providers. Okay, and one more important thing, C.B. Van also worked on purple sulfur bacteria. One more important thing, C.B. Van also worked on purple sulfur bacteria. So here photosynthesis also occurs in some bacteria like purple sulfur bacteria. When he worked on purple sulfur bacteria, instead of water, see here, instead of water he has taken here hydrogen sulfide. So in bacteria there is water. Purple sulfur bacteria means that is sulfur compound, it is utilized. So instead of water here, in purple sulfur bacteria we can see hydrogen sulfide. When hydrogen sulfide is as a reagent in the process of photosynthesis, in the product here we can get hydrogen sulfide plus sulfur gas is produced. At the end of this process, in the purple sulfur bacteria, at the end of this process, sulfur gas is produced. So thus, if the starting material is hydrogen sulfide, then the end product is produced as sulfur gas. Whereas when we took the water molecule as a starting material, here at the end of the process we can get the oxygen. So like this we can understand this carbon dioxide can be converted into carbohydrate, whereas the splitting of water molecule can produce oxygen, or either when the splitting of hydrogen sulfide can produce sulfur. So like this we can understand what photosynthesis can be taken place in the green plants, and at the same time the producing the end product of sulfur or either oxygen, it is splitting by the either water molecule or hydrogen sulfide. Suppose if the starting material is water molecule, when the water molecule is splitted, here the oxygen gas is produced. Suppose if the hydrogen sulfide is taken as a starting material, then the sulfur gas can be produced. So like this we can understand this is what about the photosynthesis. The photosynthesis definition and equation and its balancing equation, and one more important thing, the end product. Suppose if somebody asked you the question, what is the end product, what are the end products of the photosynthesis? The end products of the photosynthesis is here, the end products of the photosynthesis. What are the end products of the photosynthesis? The end products of the photosynthesis, okay, see, starch or carbohydrates. The end products of the photosynthesis either starch or carbohydrate, water, oxygen. These are the end products of the photosynthesis. Whereas raw materials of the photosynthesis, what are the raw materials of the photosynthesis? The raw materials of the photosynthesis is carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll. These are the raw materials. Okay, these are the raw materials, or we can call them as reagents. Okay, the raw materials also otherwise called as reagents are factors of photosynthesis. Sometimes he may ask the question like this, what are the raw materials of the photosynthesis, or what are the reagents of the photosynthesis, or what are the factors of the photosynthesis? Any one the question might be, the answer will be same. either raw materials or reagents or factors. These are all the synonyms for these materials. So raw materials are factors or reagents, nothing but carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll. Then the end products of the photosynthesis: starch or carbohydrates, water, oxygen. Okay, this is about photosynthesis. Okay, in the next class we shall see